Hey, what's up, everyone? How y'all doing today? Awesome to see you guys. Thank you for coming out to my crazy live stream. Let me get this thing on the dealie here, and we're doing a question and answer today. We got starting soon. Let's turn that off. Oh no. Hold on just a minute. I gotta figure out where I put the thing at. I believe it's on this. All right, so we got some gameplay going. And yeah. Hope you guys all had a really awesome Christmas and a great New Year. I mean, the New Year's coming up, but I hope everybody's New Year is going to be amazing. Alrighty. Let me get the YouTube chat up on the screen. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties today. Not exactly, but sorta. Pop out chat. There we go. Let me make sure that chat is live. And there we are. We got her. I see we got Missy Scott. What's up, Missy Scott? I see SSSS. How's it going? Antisocial. Hamad. What's up, First Order? Who else is here today? We got Oris Credid, what's up, buddy? Dr. Singh. We got Library Elements. Echo, Drake, Nebula. Hey, tacos. Nice to see you guys. Smiley's in the house. All right. So if you guys got some game questions, feel free to answer. Or feel free to ask. I guess there's a new robot coming out on the test server. It's like some sort of reptilian thing. I saw a couple photos of it, but I've been so busy the last couple of days, I haven't had time to look into it. So I don't know anything about the new robot. I'm sure some people are probably going to ask. I think there's a new drone and all kinds of stuff on there. I just haven't been able to take a look at it yet, unfortunately. But, you know, one of these days, we'll get a good look at that thing. So, how's everybody's Christmas? Did you guys get a bunch of super amazing presents or what? I hope you guys got, like, millions of dollars worth of awesome things. Marco says it looks like a bug. Yeah, I can see that. I didn't really get too many Christmas presents. I know I was streaming the day before Christmas and somebody came by and said Merry Christmas and left a donation, which was really cool. But, you know, I don't really have any family or anything that does holidays in this area, so I was just home alone doing nothing, basically. Morgan says something about a full hurricane setup. I'm not sure what you mean, sir, but hurricanes don't seem that good, honestly. I'm not a big fan of the hurricanes right now, or hurricanes, or whatever you want to call it. They don't work very well for me. Dr. Singh says, why do players use Angler? It's so slow, though. You know what? It's slow, but it's actually a really good robot. I mean, if you don't have anything else, you can throw an Angler in there and do pretty well with it. So I think Angler is overall a really nice choice. V-Dog, how's it going? Missy Scott can't figure something out. What is it? Where'd it go? I don't know. I must be missing something there. First Order, but yeah, my Christmas was okay. Hope yours was awesome. Anti got socks. He loves socks. Well, that's good. A Waffle House. Missy Scott got a Waffle House gift card and smoke. I have some family in the area, but they don't do holidays, and then the rest of my family is all in Florida and California, I think, so they're quite a ways away. Alright, so SSSS wants to know, what are the best modules to run on your Ochi Kochi? I find that if I run 2 repair amplifiers and a nuclear amplifier, I seem to get the best results. I've tried a lot of things, but I always come back to that. That works really, really well for me. Ah, Missy Scott got the phone fixed. Awesome. I'm glad you got the phone fixed. That's amazing. But I don't care what I do. I've tried about 1,000,001 different modules on the Ochi Kochi, and for some reason I just feel like it survives much longer if I run 2 repair amps. Now I haven't tried 3 repair amps. You could probably do, it's so powerful, you could probably do 2 repair amps in a immune amp, or 3 repair amps if you wanted, but what's best for the Dagon? First order, you're asking about modules. On the Dagon, I'm running Nuke Amp and Fortifiers to make the shield stronger. That robot relies on that shield, so you want damage and a really, really strong shield. Near the Sky says we have Ultimate Titan next Ultimate Drones. Wait. I don't think we're going to see Ultimate Drones. I mean, I can't say that we won't, but I just don't think that's something we're going to see anytime soon. I could be totally wrong, but I don't expect to see Ultimate Drones. I'm not really sure that the Ultimate Drones would be profitable, because if you notice, there's a lot of players out there who are running non-leveled up drones in the first place, so I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just don't think we're going to see Ultimate Drones. That would be kind of cool, honestly, but probably not going to happen. Ultimate Robots, Ultimate Titans, maybe we'll see Ultimate Drones. I don't know. Have you heard something about that? Or is that just like a joke or a guess? Aegis, what's up? How you doing today? Nice to see ya. Thanks for coming out to my crazy live stream. I appreciate everybody here. Let me make sure my something's said a little bit wrong there. I think I got her fixed up. Perfect. Alrighty. Where'd the music go, guys? Okay. There must be a long gap on the song. I don't think we'll see Ultimate Pilots either. I definitely hope not. Alright, so SS is running in 2 repair amps and an 1 immune amp on the Ocho. Yeah, you know, that would be good because it would give it extra speed, extra durability, plus the 2 repair amps. I mean, that would be super good. Marco wants to know what's the new drone about. I actually don't know. I haven't had time to look into that. I have not had time to look at it. Alright, where'd the music go? There's no music all of a sudden. What happened? Or I guess this song is just really quiet, maybe. I think it's just a really quiet song. Let me turn it up a little bit. I don't know. Alrighty. Alright, so Dr. Singh, the Heimdall is a really good Titan, unless you get picked up by a Newton. That's the problem with the Heimdall, is the Newtons will zap you and destroy you. Every time I drop in a Heimdall, the Newton picks it up, it zaps it, and it's dead. And unfortunately, that makes it very hard to survive. So I can't really play those at the moment because of those darn Newtons. They're just constantly wrecking me, and I don't really appreciate it very much. I don't appreciate it whatsoever. Now, if it wasn't for that, maybe if they nerfed the Newton, I think the Heimdall would be excellent. So the couple times I did get the Heimdall out and play it, and I was able to get the repair amplifiers charged up, and there was no Newton to kill me, it did excellent. But I would say 19 out of every 20 games, the Newton picks it up and zaps it almost as soon as I drop it in. So it wasn't working well for me, unfortunately. First Order says Pixonic had a new video on the things for 2024. Did they actually say there were going to be ultimate drones and pilots? I did see them release that video, but I haven't got to watch it yet. Andrew says I should do a video on the difference between 30 and 60 FPS. Personally, I can't tell the difference. According to science, the human eye can't really see anything over 60 FPS anyway, so. But like even Hollywood movies are recorded in 24. Hollywood movies, films often recorded in 24 frames per second. I mean, I guess gaming videos look a little bit smoother when you go to the higher frame rates, but honestly, I can't tell any difference. SS wants to know, do you think the Pascal drone is good with Ocho? Honestly, I think that drone is good for anything. I mean, if you're trying to get some extra durability, the Pascal drone is great for any robot. That was kind of made for the new robot, but I think it works really, really good on anything you're going to throw it on. Marco says it's always the Newton. Yes, it is. The Newton sucks. Missy Scott hates the rain. Oh no, Nebula said my cat just broke the family pictures. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it's not like too hard to fix. That sucks big time. But yeah, I'm going to have to go watch that 2024 video and see what that's about. One thing I will say, though, is the Seeker drone is good for dealing with Newtons, because if somebody picks you up and shoots at you from over 200 meters away, the Seeker will blind that person, so Newtons won't be able to destroy you if you have a Seeker drone. So that's something to think about right there, if the Newtons are causing you problems. Marco says, for me, it's all about the gameplay, graphic balance. Yeah, personally, I don't care how many frames per second it is, as long as it looks decent and the gameplay is fun. Ham says, next year it looks like there's going to be a lot of ultimate stuff. I don't really get all the ultimate stuff, honestly. It's too expensive for most people. SS says, am I able to join your clan? Well, we are an Android clan, and I think we're only accepting champion players. You could always send a request to join, and the guy who does the recruiting will look at your request. I think he's pretty picky about hangers, though. Like, we used to be a lot more laid back, but now that the clan's bigger, I think we made it into the A rank, and we've got a lot more members now, and it went from just like a small group of friends playing together to, I guess, a real clan, so things are a little bit different than they used to be. But yeah, they're a little more picky about what you have and, you know, how active you are and stuff like that these days, so. But yeah, if you're interested in joining my clan, you can always send a request if you're a champion player with a good hanger. Nebula Sky says, what are the best lockdown weapons? Magnetars and pulsars, and if you run those with a paralysis drone, holy crap, they'll lock somebody down right away. But one thing you got to remember is people running those, if somebody's running 2 or 3 of those immune amplifiers, eventually you won't be able to lock people down because of that. So there's always a counter to everything these days. So if I miss anybody's questions, I'm sorry. You know, I'm reading, I'm talking, and I know I miss some. So please don't spam anything. But, you know, if I miss your question, definitely feel free to ask again a little bit later. First Order said, did you accept some of her friend requests? I think I got some of them. I mean, I haven't been on and I've barely had time to play the game the last couple of days, so I don't think I've actually played in like 2 days. Well, I think last time I looked, there was probably like 100 or 200 friend requests there. I have no idea who's who'd, honestly. Dr. Singh says, Paladin is always the best for me, and Thor sometimes. Yeah, a lot of people love the Paladin. I like the Roulette, the Paladin, Thor is pretty good. I mean, most of the motherships are pretty decent for the most part. I think if they've got good turret slots, that's the most important thing, because even if the mothership gets nerfed, as long as you have good turrets on it, it's still going to come in useful. But yeah, the Keel's super good. The new mothership that just came out, the Mute, is really good. It's almost a little too overpowered, honestly. SS wants to know, is the 7 pilot good for Ocho if you don't have the other pilot? Yeah, that's a nice pilot. I mean, both of them are very good. Some people will like one better than the other. Personally, I've played them both, and I think they're both pretty comparable. I'm not really sure which one's better, honestly. But yeah, the 7 pilot's actually really good. Missy's got some homemade red velvet cake. I don't like cake. I don't like cake. Maybe I'm weird, but I'm just not into cake. Saint says, I dislike campers that just Newton force everybody. Yeah, I don't like that either. Andrew hates the Mute mothership. So do I. I like having it, but I hate getting hit by it. Personally, I wish they would tone some of this stuff down. Some of these things they're coming out with are a little bit too overpowered, if you ask me. Some of this stuff is way too overpowered. Ham says the ultimate stuff is ultimate money. Yeah, kinda. Jamel in the house. What's up, Jamel? How you doing today? Angelo's got some eyeballs. Dude, Angelo, why do you have 4 eyes, man? That's not supposed to be like that, man. You're only supposed to have 2 eyes. Then Marco's got 3 smiley faces. We got a 4-eyed guy and a 3-faced guy here. That's kind of creepy, man. Kind of creepy. Ega says, your son playing War Robots 2. If you're asking about me, I don't have any kids, so I have no kids. Oh no, definitely don't want to see Ultimate Motherships, Marco. That would be kind of crazy. That would be a little bit too crazy for me. SS said, I spent a bunch of gold on that Trixie Pilot for Ocho, and I didn't realize I had the 7 pilot. You know, Trixie Hope is a great pilot. So is 7. Now, if you got the Trixie, I mean, you're definitely going to be able to use it on something at some point. I mean, it's a really good pilot for, let's just say you have a robot, and the pilot for that robot sucks, or, you know, that robot doesn't have its own pilot. Trixie will come in handy for you eventually. For example, like, I would much rather run the Trixie Hope on the Invader than any of the Invader pilots. There's quite a few robots where I'm just kind of like, the pilot's really not that great. I don't really like that ability. So Trixie Hope it is. But yeah, not every legendary pilot that comes out is actually good. Uh-oh, Nebula says, I finally see a Christmas tree spider on the screen. I've been waiting since 2018. Christmas tree robots between two people on the table. I remember there was I don't remember if it was a test server or a skirmish where we had those little Christmas tree Riker robots. That was a fun deal. They threw snowballs. That was a lot of fun. And I don't really like junk food except for chocolate. I like chocolate. I don't like chocolate cake. I don't like chocolate ice cream, but I do like real chocolate. And I do like M&Ms and Reese cups. But I'm just never been a junk food guy. Plus, now that I have celiac disease, I can't eat a lot of that stuff. I can't eat like cake even if I wanted to. Alright, Hams says, Danny, next year Pixonic says they're going to fix the targeting system. I definitely hope so, because it needs fixed big time. It definitely needs fixed. And it needs fixed ASAP. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. That's what I say. I really hope they do fix it. That would be amazing. It needs it. It needs it right now because the targeting system is often a nightmare. I'm tired of dealing with that thing, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of bad. I'm so sick of getting ready to get somebody and all of a sudden it switches to the next person and somebody else shoots it and takes my kill. Happens all the darn time. Or you're pointing your crosshairs directly on another player, and instead of targeting him, it's targeting the guy 12,000 meters away, back behind cover, that you have no possible way to shoot. Yet it won't target the guy right in front of you, 2 feet away, that you're pointing at. I mean, come on. What kind of crap is that? What kind of crap is that? That's what I say. Something's wrong with that targeting system. That's all I gotta say. It's all broken and messed up. But yeah, I really do hope they fix it. That would be awesome if they do. That'll be super awesome if they fix it, honestly. V-Dog says, targeting, I thought it was just me. No, it's not just you, man. The targeting system has been messed up for a while. I think when they brought out the carrier map, since it's got the upper and lower levels, I think around that time they made some changes to it, and it made things better on that map, but it made it worse on every other map. But there was a time where it used to work pretty decent, and then when they changed it, it's just been bad ever since. Marco says, my condolences, Danny, for not being able to enjoy cake that often. Yeah. See, if you have celiac disease, for some weird reason, there's a protein in wheat and certain grains, and your body thinks it's like a foreign invading substance. Like it mistakes it for something bad, and then your body starts attacking your lower intestines, and it's not a fun thing. So you got to eat a gluten-free diet. So gluten is a nasty protein for us people with celiac disease. You tell most people you're gluten-free, they're like, oh, what a wiener, he's gluten-free. But, you know, when you have celiac, you have to be, or you can actually die from it because your intestines have these little things in there that actually absorb nutrients. And if you keep eating the gluten and it keeps attacking those, it'll eat them away and you won't be able to absorb nutrients anymore and you'll actually get sick and die. So First Order says, Danny, my name is JCC Force 8. Alright, he really wants me to accept that friend request. Yeah, no pizza. Unless it's like cauliflower crust pizza. Pizza was like my favorite thing in life, guys. Now I can't eat it anymore. It's kind of funny, but used to be every Friday I would go out and I would buy 2 or 3 large pizzas, and I would like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I would just like chow down on the large pizzas, man. Like I used to lift weights and stuff before I got sick and started having the autoimmune problems. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I would eat super healthy. I would count my calories and everything else, but on the weekends, I would binge eat the pizza. I loved pizza. I did get this crappy pizza from something called Tattooed Chef. And it was like a little bit of cheese sprinkled on a piece of cardboard. The crust was made out of cauliflower, so it was gluten-free. It was super nasty. It was super nasty. I hated it. I did not like it one bit. Yeah, if you do see me on, like, please don't send me like crap loads of invites, because generally I get on War Robots to play, to record videos, and then usually I have about 2 hours a night where I get on and squad with my clanmates. But if you see me on, like, there's a pretty good chance I'm recording a video or squatting with the team, so if I do accept your friend request, please don't send like requests after. If you send one and I reject it, that means I'm busy. Please don't send like 9,000 of them. That would be horrible. I would have to find a way to unfriend you. I mean, if somebody sends like one request, that's fine. But if I reject it, I just can't play at the moment, so please don't send 5,000. A lot of people will actually do that, and that's not fun. Missy Scott had to light the heater? What kind of heater you got? Is it like a wood-burning stove or something? Anti says cake is overrated anyway. Pies, ooh, I hate pie. I would much rather eat cake than pie. I don't know why, but I hate pie. I hate it. I've just never liked too much stuff with sugar for some reason. Wait, SS says you should try the Subduer with Damper Deceiver. On what, my friend? Am I missing something? I might have missed somebody's comments, but yeah, that would be a really good setup on just about anything. Mech Animal, how's it going? Alright, so Mech says, who destroyed War Robots more in your opinion? The company? Legal hackers. What are legal hackers? What are legal hackers? I'm not really sure. So honestly, I don't really see a lot of hacks going on these days. I mean, there are some out there, but I don't think I see it that much. The main thing I don't like about the game, like the main problem I have is some things in the game are a little bit too overpowered at times. That's the main thing I don't like about it, but I'm not really sure what you mean by legal hacks. Marco says, whoa, Danny was muscular back then. Yeah, I'm actually kind of short. I'm not a really tall guy, but I was actually, I actually had a buddy who was a bodybuilder, and he was always trying to get me to come talk to his sponsors or something. And I was like, I'm not wearing no bikini shorts and shaving my legs. But I'm a short dude. I don't weigh a lot. I'm like, what, 160 pounds or something? But yeah, they wanted me to be a bodybuilder in like the lightweight class or whatever. Most of the guys in that class are pretty scrawny. They don't have a lot of muscle. So I was like ripped compared to those dudes. I probably would have done pretty well, but I was like, no way I'm shaving my legs and wearing a bikini. I was like, no way. No way. Ain't gonna happen. So, alright, so mech, something that's in the game like Rust and Dot is, I mean, you can't consider it a hack. It may be overpowered and it may suck that it's that powerful, but it's not a hack. It's just, it's part of the game. Now, I didn't look like John Cena, alright? I never looked like John Cena. Maybe more like a slightly more muscular Ryan Reynolds without the abs. I don't know. I was never low enough on body fat, which is another reason I didn't want to be a bodybuilder, because those guys will starve and dehydrate themselves. Ew, blueberry pie? That sounds awful. Now, alright, so where'd that go? Where'd that comment go? Alright, so First Order said there should be a do not disturb button. There kind of is. You can go in there and make so only clan invites or nobody can send you invites to play. So that does exist if you go into the settings, but sometimes it's hard to remember to turn that on, I guess. Nebula says, I wonder if people cosplay as a robot. Some people do, I'm sure. Some people would. You know, I think like berries, like raspberries and blueberries always upset my stomach for some reason. Don't know why. SS says, what do you think the worst thing Pixonic did to War Robots? I think the worst thing they got going on is they keep bringing out stuff that's way too overpowered. That does take a little bit of the fun out of playing when everything is so overpowered, and there's a lot of players running hangars that have nothing but that overpowered stuff. That kind of ruins a little bit of the fun from the game, I would say. Like, honestly, like Ochi Kochi's running around with those new weapons, the Mute Mothership and the Newtons. I mean, it's not exactly fun playing some days because of those things, so I still love the game and all, don't get me wrong. I still have a good time playing most days, but there are some days where you get out there and you run into nothing but guys who the other team drops, you know, seriously 20 to 30 Ochi Kochis, and there's 6 Newtons on the battlefield at one time just picking you up repeatedly. That's not fun when you get into those games like that. It's really not. Loki says they made it expensive. I don't necessarily agree with that. Most things you can get in the game for a couple of bucks here and a couple of bucks there. Now, if you want to get the brand new stuff, that can be a little bit on the expensive side, but there's a lot of robots and weapons that you can buy for a cheap price or build in the workshop, and a lot of that stuff is still very good and very playable. I think the main problem with things that are expensive right now is the cost of drones. I think the cost of drones are a little bit too high. Getting microchips to level your drones, I mean, it's probably like 50 or 60 bucks to level a drone up. I mean, I wouldn't mind spending like $5 or $10, but I think 50 or 60 bucks to level a drone, that's about steep. That's way too steep. But if you think about it, I mean, you can go into the daily deals. And I mean, the other day I saw a deal where it was Fenrir, Mark II Fenrir with Mark II Redeemers, and I forget what the medium weapons were, but it was like, what was it? $9.99 or something? $12.99 for a Mark II robot with Mark II weapons that were really good. So it doesn't necessarily have to be expensive. I mean, if you look at the cost of Memoriam, it's pretty cheap. You can now level up a pilot for like $5 or $6 if you buy the Memoriam on the good sales. So but if you're trying to get the new robot and the new weapons, that can be very expensive. That's where they get you, is trying to get the new stuff. But, I mean, if you notice, I play a lot of older robots and weapons all the time, and I have a lot of fun with those. They can still do pretty good. I mean, right now, I think I currently have a full meta hanger, which is not normal for me. Normally, I at least got 2 to 3 older robots and 1 or 2 of the newer ones in there. So there's a lot of old stuff that's still really good. You just have to figure out what's good and what's not, and put your resources into the older stuff that's still good. And then hope they decide not to nerf it someday. I mean the other day, well, I guess I can't say that because I did have overpowered weapons on it. I was going to say the other day I was kicking some butt with all the old school Camelot bots, but I did have the new weapons on it, so that doesn't necessarily count. So yeah. What's up, Panic? All right, so Mr. Rashaduzman. Hopefully I'm saying that right. How can I get an Ocho for free? Alright, so if you happen to be lucky enough to get a free data pad and open it and the Ocho pops out, that's probably about the only way you're going to get it for free. Like I said, the newer stuff is always harder to get, but there's no good ways to get free Ochos at the moment unless you're super lucky. MD, that sounds like a good idea. I'll just call you MD because that's a long name, and my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. I'm not wearing any glasses. I usually wear some reading glasses now when I need to read because I can't see well up close anymore. Kind of sucks, actually. I miss having really good vision. Wait, Agus, what about Transformers, man? Warbots featuring Transformers. That would be cool, but did you actually hear something about that? That would be amazing if that was real. I would love to have an Optimus Prime or a Bumblebee. I mean, I'm sure the license to make that happen would be crazy expensive, so I don't think they're going to do it. But if they did, that would be sweet. Venus, how's it going? Alright, so Panic says, I got the courier last week. Is it any good? It's very, very good. Now, I'm not really sure what you need to have on it to make it good, but I'm currently running a nuke amp, and I'm running 2 immune amps. I do have the pilot and the drone. I mean, the pilot only makes the ability recharge 2 seconds quicker, so the pilot for that curry is only a very slight help. I mean, you could throw any good pilot you wanted on it. But The Curie is a little bit different playing style than other robots. You have to keep running it. Like I said, it's a run and gun robot. Always keep moving. You want speed, durability. I mean, speed is huge on that robot because if you stand still, somebody's probably going to stomp you. Like when I play it, I just run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you also want to throw a phase shift on it. And the interesting thing is when you go in the phase shift, the little turrets you drop on the ground will still shoot at the enemies even when you're in phase shift. So you can phase shift without you losing your ability, which is pretty awesome. What's up? Nice to see ya. So if you guys aren't familiar with Venus, she has a really awesome YouTube channel. I think everybody should check out Venus, maybe give her some subscribers. She's actually a really good player. She's in the Legend League. At least last time I looked, she was way up there in the Legend League. Venus kicks some butt at this game, I'll tell you that. Venus, Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you. Hope your Christmas was awesome. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Curie. I think it's the most fun I've had in a long time. I mean, I did make a video about it the other day. I think I said, Curie build, funnest robot I've played. I don't remember what it was called, but probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I made a video where I went over the build that I'm using and the pilot skills and stuff, but I kind of wonder if maybe a Trixie Hope would be a better pilot than the one it comes with. But you do want to put a Wonder Worker on it, right? You do want to have a Wonder Worker on the pilot because every time you use that ability, which is somewhat often, you will heal. And since you can use the ability like every 6 to 8 seconds, whether or not you have the pilot, I don't know, it's just a really good robot, guys. It's really, really good. Wait, Ega says Venus review goat? Venus, are you doing goat reviews on your channel now? I mean, I know you got some animals and stuff, but are you reviewing goats? That would be different. Panic, no, I haven't got to see it yet, my friend. I had to make a couple other videos for my YouTube channel this morning, got something to eat, answered some comments, did a couple things, and then it was time to start the live stream, so I got my start at 4 a.m. and right now it's noon. And yeah, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So the last 8 hours I just been doing YouTube stuff, and then I did get a shower and something to eat, but it's amazing how much time YouTube takes up. It really does. It takes up a lot of time. But 12 to 15 hours is pretty average about how much time I put in between the 3 YouTube channels. That's usually at least 6 days a week. Monday I try and take it a little bit easier. I try not to do as much on Mondays, but sometimes I need to. Panic says, wait, War Robots is about to turn into Clash of Clans? Why do you say that? Hold on a second. I need a drink of water. I will be back in like 2 seconds. Alright, sorry, my water cup was empty, so I had to get the water picture and fill up the cup. So it took an extra minute longer than I would have expected, but... So what's the deal with Clash of Clans? What are they planning on doing that I don't know about yet? Wait a second. They're adding upgradable buildings, bases in the clan system? Are you serious? Oh, man. No way, no way. Are they really planning on doing that? And I hope you're joking, because that would just be a lot of stuff that I don't think anybody would be into. I don't think anybody who's currently playing would enjoy that. You know, one of the reasons I like this game is you just kind of get on, you get your robots, you run into a battle, you play, and you don't have to sit there and do all this other crap. It's just a really nice, fun, action-packed fighting game. I don't know. I hope they don't do this. Oh boy. Missy Scott says, Danny's playing from the bathroom. Nah, it's just pre-recorded game footage for the question and answers because I can't play and pay that much attention to the chat. It would be impossible. Jamel says, Crisis alternative builds. Not Reaper or Decay. I hate the Gauss, Jamel. A lot of guys are running the Gauss and they love it on there, but I hate it because you got one shot and if you miss or if somebody's shield goes up or if they go into stealth or phase shift, you miss the shots a lot, but I'm not a big fan of it. Well, what is a clan base, though, Marco? What is a clan base? I mean, I don't understand. Like, what would that entail? That's just weird. What's it gonna do for your clan? I guess that's the main question. Panic, so if I played their video, I'm gonna get a copyright on YouTube, so I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can watch that video and show you their video live. YouTube will hit me with a copyright. Brushes VR, hey, how's it going? What's been going on, buddy? Been a little while. He says, Danny, I miss being here. Question, what is your opinion on the best weapons for Luchador? I still like the Veyron and Avoras on the Luchador. I think those are really good. So, if you're playing up close, those are good, or the Maha Vajra and the Vajra. I think it's going to be personal preference which one you like better, but both are pretty awesome. You may see some people running the new Tonin and Fulgars just to try and counter the Newtons. That way, if a Newton picks you up, you can zap it back with the same weapons. But personally, I like the Avora and the Veyrons. Those are my go-to weapons for that. Morgan, you think pizza's gross? You don't like cheese, tomato sauce, or bread, huh? I used to love all three of those things. I like bread. I can still eat cheese and tomato sauce, but I can't eat bread. I also miss grilled cheese. Oh my gosh, I used to love grilled cheese dipped in ketchup. I don't know if anybody's had grilled cheese and ketchup, but holy crap, it's good. Or grilled cheese with mayonnaise if you like mayonnaise. Los Dios, hey, how's it going? Nice to see ya. You know, Panic, I actually tried to do a reaction channel once, right? And I screen recorded the video and I played it with no sound whatsoever, and somehow I still got a copyright on it. So I found no matter what you do on YouTube, they're going to copyright you. It doesn't matter if there's no sound. It doesn't matter if you only play short clips. It doesn't matter if you pause the video regularly, they still get you. I think you're only allowed to play something like a 10 or a 20-second clip of a video, and that's it without getting a copyright. So I wonder how those big channels that do the reactions get away from it, because YouTube actually says if you're doing a reaction video or if you're doing this or doing that, that's considered part of the fair use copyright laws, but they still copyright you for it anyways. So it was really, really lame. So I scrapped my reaction channel pretty quickly because of that. It's not right. It's not right. Nebula says, don't forget the rook is a pineapple. Who lives in the pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. I might have been out of tune. Sorry about that. Missy Scott says, yo, I'm making me hungry. Missy Scott, where are you trying to get to? She says, I'm trying to get somewhere now. Because he loves a grilled cheese and ketchup, or bacon, mayo, and ketchup sandwich. Yeah, bacon, mayo, ketchup. Ooh, wait, no. Bacon. Wait. Wait, you've had bacon, mayo, and ketchup together? That sounds interesting. Alright, so the best weapons on Behemoth. Honestly, if you're comfortable playing it somewhat close, 4 Redeemers is brutal. 4 Redeemers is sick. 4 Blights, not Blights, what's the heavy version of the radiation weapon? Alright, 4 Redeemers, 4 of the heavy radiation weapons, or 4 of the brand new weapons that just came out. Oh my gosh, I suck today. I'm giving away 7 of those right now, and I know the name of them. I'm having a giant brain fart. My brain is not working. What are the name of those weapons? there's like 3,000 weapons in the game now, so it does get hard to remember them all. Subduers are really good. And Versants can be really good too. I don't like them as much on there for some reason, but the Versants can be pretty nice. Alright, so Hwanji was nerfed to the point where they overheat really, really fast and they have a really long cooldown time. So I feel like the second I start shooting the Hwanjis, they're already overheating. So I don't recommend those at the moment. For me, the Hwanjis are not working very well. Loki likes grilled cheese with tomato soup. I don't know why, but I don't like tomato soup. I like ketchup, but I don't like tomato soup. So if I've missed anybody's questions, I apologize. Feel free to ask again, guys. You're always welcome to ask again. So Jamil says those old laser weapons are only good with the Herald Pilot. Even then, I still don't think they're good. I don't know. They were excellent for a long time, but I feel like they nerfed those a little too hard. Bellsprout says ketchup is a smoothie. But yeah, I don't think that Herald Pilot for the Hwanji weapons helps enough. I've tried it out and I'm still like, this is just not that great anymore. Brandon says, what would you nerf about the Ophion? I would make it have a much longer ability cooldown. I think it can go up in the air too often. Now, if they nerf it to where it doesn't have a shield upon landing, I think that's going to kill the robot off. But it needs a longer ability cooldown, in my opinion. Grilled ham and cheese with ketchup. I would probably put mayonnaise on that. Ham doesn't like you talking about grilled ham over there. I think he's getting a little scared. Sorry, Ham, but we're gonna eat you for dinner or lunch or something here. Ahaf, what's up? He says, hey Danny, I have a Lynx Mark II. Now I got a Bahu Lynx level 1. Should I max my regular Lynx or switch to the Bahu? Okay, so here's the deal. If you max out the Bahu Lynx compared to maxing out the regular Lynx, you're going to get an additional 5% hit points. And that's such a small amount, you're probably never going to notice it. So the only way I would go ahead and say max out your Bahu Lynx is if you really just love the way the robot looks. If you're just like absolutely in love with the looks of it, doing that every once in a while might be worth it, but I'm not really sure if it's worth upgrading the special editions anymore. So, for example, you know, I've got a Dagon and I got a Frozen Dagon. I just received the Frozen Dagon, but I don't think I'm going to level it up. I got Ophions and I got Quicksand Ophions, and I'm not leveling the Quicksand because the looks are just kind of, you know, they're cool, but that 5% hit points not worth spending all the extra resources if I've already got one leveled up. At least not for me. Now, if you've got so much silver laying around that you don't care, you know what I mean? If you're one of those guys that's got like 10 bazillion silver laying around, sure, why not? But I would just use the regular one myself. Now, like Fenrir, the Cryptic Fenrir, I loved the way it looked, so I upgraded it. Like when I got the special edition Blitz, I loved it, so I upgraded it. But I don't know. It's really going to be personal preference on that one, but in my opinion, the 5% is barely noticeable. So it's more about the looks than the extra durability. Anti, what do you mean 10%? I think it's only, oh. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, if you have a pilot with if you have a paint job, yeah. If you got a paint job for the robot that gives you an additional 5%, yeah, that's what it is. I'm sorry. So yeah, it does give you, I guess, 10% more, but if you have the paint job with the 5%, then it's only a 5% difference. I'm sorry. You're right about that. I'm just assuming everybody has the paint job with the 5%. Now, another thing, though, if you're upgrading a tank like a Fenrir that has really high hit points, that extra 5 or 10% will make a difference on a really high hit point robot. But let's just say you're upgrading something like an Ares that doesn't have a lot of hit points, you are never going to notice that 10% or 5%, depending on whether or not you have the paint job. But Million says they have 15%. Can't be. Hold on. Let me log on to the game. Let me log on and look. I gotta check this out. Holy crap, ole! Let me see what's going on here. Now, like on the Fenrir, I could actually feel a difference on the special edition Fenrir. Alright, limited edition robots have 10% more durability. So it's 10%, but it's only 5% if your regular robot has the 5% paint job. There we go. But even 10% is not a huge deal unless it's a very, very, very high hit point robot. The only one that you can actually get 15% out of is the Warrior Typhon. If you have the Typhon with the Warrior paint job, that's 10% for the robot, then 5% for the paint job. So but they've never came out with any other special edition paint jobs that I know of. So I don't know why they did it for the Typhon, but nothing else. That's kind of strange. Bellsprout says he thinks 10% extra health would be good on a low point hit. Think about it though. How many hit points is 10% going to give you? And how fast are those new weapons going to shred that 10% extra, right? Let's just say you drop in your Loki and the special edition Loki. I mean, I bet the special edition one survives about 0.05% longer. I could be wrong, but what's up, 661? How's it going? Venus says, Merry Christmas, Missy. All right, so Venus wants to know which Ocho pilot is better, Sven or the Thundercat? That's, in my opinion, 7 feels slightly more tanky. I feel that 7's just slightly better, but I can barely tell a difference. Either one feels really good, so I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those pilots. If I already had the Thundercat, if I already had the Thundercat leveled up, I would just keep that. If I didn't already have the Thundercat, then I might go ahead and just level up to 7. That's kind of how I would look at it. Because, I mean, I've got quite a bit of playtime on both, and they both feel very similar. But I do feel like if I run a 7, it's slightly... there's a noticeable difference, but I don't think it's a huge difference. Millions, you want a curry and an Eiffel from Adrian? Congratulations, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Bellsprout does not like mayo. Jamel says, I think the Thundercat does better. Gives tons of DP per DOT stacks, especially with Hiroko. 7 heals after the ability, but we get lots of rusties all over the place. That's a good point, but I mean, I've played both, even with the rust weapons. I don't know. 7 is very good. They're both very, very good, but I would be very happy playing either one. Ham got a frozen tamer out of the data pads. Nice, nice. Yeah, they do look really cool, actually. Marco says somebody's lying to me about something. All right, where am I on the chat? Venus says something about 20%. Wait, I don't think you 10. How do you get 20%, Venus? I think you can get 15, but I don't think you can get 20, can you? 15% maybe? Am I missing something? Maybe I am. I'm not good with the math. When it comes to the math, I am not very smart. All right, Missy Scott says, what do you think about the corrupted Fafnir? I think it looks awesome. I love the way it looks, but it's not that great. The problem is, once it's in the air, it's really, really squishy, and it flies really slow. And a lot of people will just hit you with a shield breaker and kill you instantly, especially like a Reaper Crisis or something. Now, back when the Traditionalist skill became available for him, I did a video on Traditionalist Fafnir, and it was okay. It was like a not quite as good Typhon. If you like playing the Typhon, you might like the Traditionalist Fafnir, but it's not as good in my opinion. It can't move as fast. It's pretty durable, but it wasn't anywhere near as durable as I thought it was going to be, but I'm not a fan of the Fafnir at the moment. Nightcrawler said he won an Ochi Kochi from me. Free prize I've ever won in 6 years of playing. Yeah, man, congrats on the Ocho, and it is really hard winning those giveaways. Now, back before I was a YouTuber, I'm not eligible to win giveaways anymore, right? So back before I was a YouTuber, I used to try and enter giveaways, and I think I never won any off of Facebook, I never won any off of YouTube, but I think I did win 2 Reddit giveaways. The very first thing that I ever won was a Hades. And what was the other thing I won? I know I won a Hades and I won a... It might have been that frozen leech that I got. Not frozen, Scarab Leech. It might have been my Scarab Leech. I don't remember. I won something else. I know I don't like the Scarab Leech. I'm not even sure where I got that from. I'm not really sure, but I did win a Hades for sure. I won something else at some point. Alright, so hammers on the Fenrir are really good. So Bane is a interesting weapon. I think the Bane works really well on a tank. The thing with Bane is it does very little damage, but it does a nice amount of damage over time. Some people really like the Bane, some people don't. I mean, I like the Banes, but I also like the hammers a lot. That's almost one of those deals where you would probably have to level up the Bane and try both to know which one you liked better. But personally, I think I would rather play the hammer myself. Hammers are really good. It wouldn't be even, hey, what's up, buddy? Been a long time. How you been doing? Awesome to see you, man. I hope all has been going well. But the one thing that really scares me about things like the Bane right now is they deal DOT damage. And the Ochi Kochi gets charged up from DOT, so I feel like those weapons are probably going to make the Ochi Kochi stronger if you're shooting the Ochi Kochi with them. Hey, we got Alien in the house. What's up, Alien? My Christmas was alright. How about yours? I didn't really do a whole lot. It was kind of nice. Just did nothing. Whole lot of nothing for Christmas. I think I played some Lego Fortnite for a little bit. Answered a bunch of YouTube comments. Made a couple YouTube videos. That was about it. It was alright. So, you haven't played in about a year, huh? Armored Core 6. That's cool. Armored Core looks pretty crazy. It looks a little too fast-paced for me. I like one thing I like about War Robots is it's kind of not really fast-paced. I mean, it is, but it's not. You drop into a game, you do your thing. Armored Core 6, man, it looks like that robot's like flying all over, zigging and zagging and shooting this way, shooting that way. It looks pretty insane. I've never played it though. Looks like a crazy game. Barco says the family gathering was fun. Yeah, that's awesome, actually. I did try to play Mech Warrior Online once. I think you needed like 20 buttons on the keyboard just to make the robot walk. I was like, this is too much. This is too much. Ham, you out of here. Have a great day. I will catch you later. Yeah, I've never seen the old Armored Core, so I'm not really familiar with Armored Core. I've never even really heard of it until this one came out, the new one. Then a lot of people were talking about it, so. I used to play, back in the day, I used to play a lot of shooter games on PC, but I don't think my reflexes are good enough for like Call of Duty type of games and stuff, so. When I found War Robots, I was like, hey, it's a shooter game where you don't need to have lightning fast reflexes. I was like, this is amazing. That's actually why I liked War Robots so much, because it was a robot fighting game, which I thought was cool, and you know, you don't just like blow people up instantly. I mean, it's getting to the point where you almost do now, but it didn't require super fast reflexes at all back in the day. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Ewan says, Armored Core 6 may seem overwhelming, but it's simply amazing and so much customizations. I know a few people who play that. Ewan says, I've looked on PayPal when I paid for the account. It's been a year. It's crazy how fast a year goes. Oh, man. I will tell you what. This year went by so fast. It was unreal. Like, I know it's going to be time to pay taxes again. And I feel like I just paid the darn things. And now it's tax time again, right? I can't believe how fast this year went. I hate taxes. Marco says, I saw Manny playing Armored Core 6. Yeah, he was really into that when it first came out. I don't know if he's still playing it or not. Anti says, Mech Warrior is awesome. Oh man, it's too hard to play. Too hard, too many keyboard buttons. Kevin says, Miss MR was awesome. Deep Just Pizza. Kevin, how you doing today? Oh, there's Dark Matter. Dark says, I am late again. What's up, Dark? How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Late Guy? Ah, you actually sold your War Robots and YouTube account. Interesting. I once gave away, I used to have a Lord's Mobile account, And I gave that away to somebody, and even though I don't play it, I still kind of regret it because I played that game for I think 3 years. I had all the stuff leveled up to max level, which I mean some of those upgrades were seriously like 4 months or 6 months you had to wait to finish an upgrade on some of it. I kind of regret giving that account away. I mean, it got to the point. I mean, that was the definition of pay to win game, though. Oh my god. Some of those guys had equipment sets that cost them over $250,000 for those legendary champion sets. And some of those guys had three different champion sets that were over $200,000 each. I mean, these guys were spending, seriously, some of these guys were spending over $1 million on that game. Not kidding. Now that was completely pay to win right there. So I had my little free to play account and I had built it up really nice over 3 years. And the thing is, like, when a big castle would come attack me, what I would do is I would hide a bunch of my troops at the neighboring castles. And when a big guy would scout my castle, I would bring all the troops home thinking, he's not going to notice. He's going to be reading the scout report. And then he would attack me and I would kick his butt. And then I would like hide all my troops again really quick because I could only take maybe 2 or 3 hits from a big guy or my stuff would get really wrecked. But it got to the point where they came out with the mythical equipment. And once the big guys had the mythical, 1 hit from a big guy would pretty much destroy my entire castle. So at that point, I was like, I can't even play this anymore. The big guys are just wrecking me. So that's when I quit and gave the account away. Alien says $5,000. With that money, I can buy a car here in Brazil. Really? Can you buy a brand new car for $5,000 or just like a used one? But yeah, I mean, $5,000 is a lot. Now, I mean, I know some War Robots players who have spent $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on the game, and I don't understand how anybody spends that much. But on Lords Mobile, these guys were spending hundreds of thousands or millions. That was like Battle of the Rich People over there. Oh my god. It was insane. Yeah, Ewan, happy holidays, buddy. Thanks. He says, with the recent meta in War Robots I have seen on YouTube, no regrets. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy in there right now. The new stuff is really, really overpowered. Anti says, I will stream Mech Warrior for you. You will see it. I play it on my G13, so you could totally play it on your Razer thingy. I got a little Red Dragon keyboard. Red Dragon. It's spelled Red Ragoon, but I think you're supposed to pronounce it Red Dragon, maybe? They're really good little mechanical keyboards. They're cheap. They're cheap and good. I've been using their stuff for several years, and I really like it. Like, I don't know what they cost now, but you used to be able to get a really awesome mechanical RGB keyboard for $40. Kitty Boy, what's up? He says, can I play on iOS? If you're talking about War Robots, that is definitely available on iOS. That is definitely on Android, iOS, Steam, My Games, and I think there's Amazon as well has War Robots. RZ, no, I've never actually played Overwatch. I don't think I've ever really seen that game. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but I don't know what that is, honestly. Missy Scott says, rain sucks. I want to use my gift cards. Alright, so Brandon plays on Amazon. Okay, cool. So that's still a thing. I don't really understand that because somebody I used to know that did play on Amazon said it was really just an Android version of an Amazon thing. I'm like, what? I don't get it. Dark says, what did you get for Christmas? If you're asking me, I did not get anything. I think I was streaming I streamed Fortnite the other day, the day before Christmas, and somebody came and donated a couple bucks and said, Merry Christmas. So that's about all I got there. That was very nice of them. I don't think they have it on Epic Games. I wouldn't think so, not that I know of. Oh my god. Ewan, what in the world, my man? He says now he can use a real toilet and not 1,000 water bottles in his room. Oh boy. I don't know why, but that's just a funny comment. Alien, I kind of looked at the crossout game, but I never really got around to having time to do anything with it. It does look kind of cool, actually. Alright, so Bellsprout says, Danny, what do you think would happen if War Robots blew up like Among Us did a few years ago and everybody started playing it? Well, I guess we would just have a lot more War Robots players out there. I don't think anything would really happen other than we would have more players. Maybe the YouTubers would get more viewers. I don't know. Ewan, thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that, man. Go buy myself some Cheetos. Ooh, Cheetos sound yummy, actually. I like Cheetos a lot. I like my cheesy poofs. That's for sure. So Kron got a $50 Google Play card for Christmas. Cool. If I got a $50 Google Play card, I don't know what I would do with it. I'm not sure what I would do with it. I would have to think long and hard. What am I going to do with this $50? I think I would save it until something came up that I really wanted. Wait, Cheetos cheesy pretzels? Never heard of that. I probably can't eat them if there's pretzel in it. Pretzels are usually made out of wheat. Cheetos and cheesy poofs, they're kind of the same thing. I mean, they're both cheesy. They're not chips, they're not candy. What do you call them? They're the same thing. One's a little more crunchy and they're different shapes, but they're basically the same thing. What's up, Red? How you doing, buddy? I mean, they're different, but they're the same at the same time. You know what I'm saying there? They're the same, but different. I'll take either one. Jamel says mixed Cheetos and nacho cheese Doritos. That'd be pretty good. That would be pretty good for sure, actually. I think that would be yummy, yummy, yummy. So if Cheetos are now making pretzels in their facility, I would have to be very careful with that because Cheetos were always gluten-free, and having celiac disease that may have changed if they're manufacturing pretzels now. One problem is, even if you're like, if you have celiac disease, a microscopic amount is all it takes to make your immune system start attacking yourself. So like you got to be really, really careful. Like, you can't even eat stuff that was made in the factory where they have other gluten products, or you'll probably get sick. So yeah, I'm going to have to look into that before I buy any more Cheetos if they're making pretzels. I mean, I don't buy junk food often, but I do like me some Cheetos. Marco says, where are my Doritos lovers at? You know, I've always loved the Cool Ranch Doritos. Those were super good. But Doritos aren't guaranteed to be gluten-free either. So I guess eating Doritos, I'm taking a chance. Bellsprout says, I've been using Crisis Reaper again. The only problem I have with the Reaper is it takes a while to reload, but that's still a really cool setup. Try 4 Redeemers on your Crisis. Now that would be pretty cool. I was actually thinking about making a video of Redeemer Crisis or something like that, because those weapons are brutal. I don't know if anybody's done that or not, but if no one's done that, that would be a really cool video to make. Alright, so what do I think about the nerf and how will they nerf it? I mean, I guess they would have to do something to the shield again to nerf it. I'm not really sure. Missy Scott says I'm starving now. Me too. You guys and myself are making me hungry. Morgan, have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. Catch you later, buddy. Ewan says, what's up with the new Halos? All right, so the new Ultimate Halos and stuff, when they first came out, the Ultimate shotguns sucked, but I guess they buffed them. But right now, the Ultimate Glory, Corona, and Halos do major damage. They're brutal. They're brutal at close range. I mean, you do got to get really close, but if you can get 50 meters somebody or 20 meters from somebody, my God, they're hitting hard and they reload really fast. So they're super good at close range. An Ultimate Kid? I wouldn't be surprised if they made one. I kind of heard something about that. I don't know if it's rumor or something they're actually working on, but if Kid had all of his, I don't know, if Kid had a few tweaks, it could actually be a really cool Titan. Like, one thing I don't like about Kid is it doesn't have all the weapons available all the time, only in the ability. And 2 of the weapons are down lower and can't shoot over top of stuff. So if they made a Kid where it always had all 3 weapons out, that might be kind of a cool Titan, actually. Oh, Morgan's going to use the Redeemers on the Crisis. Gotcha. I'll tell you what, it hits so hard. Another thing is Devastators, but trying to play him at that close of a range, I mean, 350 is pushing it, but trying to play him at 200 or closer is really pushing it. Oh yeah, 3 alpha weapons on the Kid would be nice. I mean, Kid's Ring of Fire ability is awesome. It's pretty durable, but it just doesn't have enough firepower most of the time, I think. But yeah, Kid could be amazing with some tweaks. I always really enjoyed playing him, but he just doesn't have what you need to play in the higher leagues, but the Ultimate version might. Did somebody say something about the Amugi? I might have missed that comment. Jamil's waiting for Ultimate Terrans. Yeah, that would be sweet. I'm kind of expecting to see the Ultimate Terrans and Redeemers come out eventually. I would love to have those. That would be awesome. That might be a little bit too powerful though. That would be super OP. Avalanche Invader. Wait. Invader. Oh, Arachnid Invader. There goes my dyslexia. Alright, so he's got 2 Dread Skulls and 1 Ultimate Corona. Nice, nice. Yeah, Ultimate Ming is coming. Morgan says, Kid sucked a bit. Kevin said, Kid was Cinder. That was actually sort of a fun build. Hey, King Stevens, how you doing today? Kron said, I was running the Gareth with Dread Skull and Ultimate Corona for fun. That would be kind of fun, actually. You know a robot that I really want to get out? I know it's not going to do any well, but I want to get out and try that little... Our very first stealth robot was called Stalker, I think, right? I really want to get the Stalker out and try to play that one of these days. Loki says, Ultimate Sonic Weapons. That would be awful to deal with. That would be a very, very scary setup. I don't know if I would want to deal with Ultimate Sonic Weapons. They would probably one-shot kill everything. Or just by boom, and then you're done. Alright. Anti says Ultimate Hover with stealth in the air. Yeah, or some kind of crazy damage resistance or something. Hover is probably one of the best robots as far as fun, but it just gets shot down too easy now. Alright guys, well our 2 hours is just about up for the stream time, so if you guys have any last minute questions or anything, get them in because our time is just about up. I am starving. I need to eat. I got to eat something because I'm hungry. Anti says, bring back my hover. That would be awesome. I think I am going to start kind of mentioning to Pixo, hey, what about an ultimate hover? Can we get an ultimate hover? That would be sweet. Kevin, hey, thanks, buddy. He says, Happy New Year's, everybody. Yeah, you too, buddy. Alright, so nuclear amplifier is good on anything, but Alcuin is a very squishy robot that dies very easily, so that's one of those robots that can do well for somebody in the lower leagues, but I think he will outgrow the Alcuin eventually. Now, Nuke Amp is one of the best. Pretty much any robot benefits highly from having a Nuke Amp on it, so that is a great module for anything. Red says, everybody hit that like button. Yeah, that would be awesome. Dr. Singh says, Ocho will be God if it gets ultimate sonic weapons. It already kind of is. Alright, Ewan, have a great day, buddy. Thanks for coming out, man. Awesome seeing you again. And yeah, hope you have a great new year and all that good stuff. Yeah, I have a feeling eventually they're going to come out with an ultimate version of just about everything. It might take a while, but I think they're going to be working on all that. Ultimate everything, right? We'll find out. But last time I tried the Stalker, it got obliterated almost instantly. It was unplayable. I assume it probably still is, but yeah, I still want to try it again. Maybe I'll make a video on that one day and see how bad I get destroyed with it. Alright guys, well I think that's going to wrap up the stream. I want to say thank you everybody for coming out. You guys are super amazing. I definitely appreciate it a lot. You guys are awesome. But I gotta get going, get some stuff done, get something to eat, and then figure out what I want to do for my next War Robots video and probably record some game footage for that today, so. Maybe I'll try to do the Redeemer Crisis. That would be cool. I don't know. That might be pretty cool. SS Damper Deceiver is crazy on there, so... I mean, if you got the weapons already leveled up and the robots leveled up, switch stuff around and see what you like better. But that would be a killer Typhon that would just wreck everything. Alright guys, thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you watching my videos and hanging out with me on the live streams and all that good stuff. But we will catch you next time. Lightning out. Have an amazing day. See you guys later.